Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Sporia Campaign. Last time, we continued to acclimate to the new post-Winter War world that we have made for ourselves here, after we conquered a vast area of the southern Baltic coastline at great cost to ourselves in the form of aggressive expansion, among some other strategic issues, but mostly the AE has been the main problem, and we have been doing everything we can reasonably do to keep it under control. I could do more tyranny maxing to further prompt the AE loss, but I think what I've done so far has been efficient. I could inefficiently gain more tyranny, but I don't really think I need to or want to. And I think my current AE loss is fairly good and will allow us to maintain roughly neutral or slightly positive stab trend as we climb up out of the teens on stability. Not great, but we are making it work so far. Now, at this point, we don't really have any clear directions of expansion for a little while, not until our AE is much, much lower, as I think attacking westward to get the rest of Venetia and Vestulia is going to involve, it looks like they have started to form up the league I was expecting. We've got a Rugia, Guthonia, Burgundia League, and then Helveconia is allied with Rugia, and they're in a separate league with the southern Germans over here. So nothing too surprising there. All the Vandalics are all linked up together, and the Guthonians as well. So I was kind of expecting this. I'm actually kind of expecting all 6 of them to possibly form a league together. Currently, they're organized into 2 different leagues, although there is an alliance connection between them. So there is going to be quite a bit of fun over here in the future, but not for a little while. I don't have the AE room to deal with it, and when I say that now, I think it's become clear. I'm not talking about the diplomatic consequences, which I'm just willing to accept. I'm talking about the stability consequences. We really need to, at the very least, build up a bank of stability to then have room to lose it without causing serious problems from an AE, a huge gain of AE from another big peace deal. So for now, we're going to continue our peaceful ways. We're being peaceful out of necessity, but I did, at the end of the last episode, contemplate a kind of crazy idea, an attack on the Lysimachids, who I can incredibly get a claim on. I don't know how I border them, but I guess I do. Possibly through the river? No, I don't touch this river. I don't know why I can get a claim on them. I don't think I should be able to, but whatever the reason, I can technically fabricate on them. And they do have more tech than me. It's possible other countries have higher tech that's not military, but the interface only shows everyone's military tech. So I know for sure Lysimachids have more tech than me. Getia might have more tech that's not military, but probably not, honestly. I don't really know. Either way, the Lysimachids definitely do, which means with the alternate peace deal mod, I would be allowed to get an alt peace deal where I get 1 innovation that's just generated for me, and then I get some research progress. And in the last episode, I speculated that this mod has these things cost a lot of war score, and it's unbalanced, but it just costs war score, not AE. I've since reviewed the mod Steam page, and I think I was misremembering how this mod works. It's an unbalanced amount of war score and AE, not instead of AE. And now that I'm remembering, I actually do remember from older campaigns that I did complain about the AE cost of these alt peace deals seeming a little out of whack. Now, it costing any AE at all would probably dissuade me, given the situation right now, but that definitely dissuades me. Plus, I don't really know with an attack on the Lysimachids, which I'd have to first, prepare, what else, how else that would go. Now, I could walk away with a bunch of money. They've got some fairly large cities and towns that are not fortified at all, and even their fortified towns I could probably power through. Lysimachia in particular looks like quite a nice place to do a sacking. And in terms of their military strength, we know that they have a bit of a navy, but in terms of their martial power, I don't really know what to expect. I think the Lysimachids by this point should be integrating, and they should be integrating the Propontics, which is the native culture up here. But it's hard to say. All of these successor kingdoms who have Macedonian native heritage, I think their AIs prioritize integrating for obvious reasons, and that's sort of a system really designed with the successor kingdoms and their gameplay in mind, I think. But a lot of their population is quite diverse, so it's possible they wouldn't have as strong of an army as they look like they would. However, if they've got legions, which I think at this point they probably could, and they may even start with them, I don't remember honestly, but they could at the very least hire probably some large local mercenary companies. Either way, and they'd also incidentally bring in Chalcedon, who I'm not too scared of, but, worth noting. They could also bring in mercs. So it'd be a pretty serious war, and my forces would be extremely far from my homeland. If any of basically everyone who borders me who hates my guts, if they decided to get revenge, that would be the time while my armies are on the other side of the mountains, pretty far away. And so it'd be kind of a mess. Now, could I do it? I think I could. I think I could do this war, but do I want to do this war without a cheap on AE or free on AE tech outcome? I don't think it makes sense to do a war like this. Because I just don't feel like I can afford to gain AE right now for something like that. The initial idea to do the tech war was actually prompted by my succession concerns with my current highest successive heir chief, Minoris, not looking too promising as a successor. But I think there might be, and the reason I mentioned this, if you don't remember, is because I was looking ahead on the techs, and I was remembering that I could actually get to, where was it? It was over here. Shady Connections, and then to Espionage. And even Shady Connections would be nice to reduce the cost of assassination as an alternative way of doing it. Now, he is now my rival, and I could do the Assassinate Rival scheme, but 7 AE for this feels like a lot when there's no guarantee, and it could also cause problems for my chief. But what it really comes down to is this guy going to reliably die before my chief? His health is a little worse. He's healthy instead of being on perfect health. He's a little older as well, though, only by a couple of years. Otherwise, he doesn't have any health problem traits or anything like that, and I just don't think I can really realistically guarantee his death in some other manner. So I have a couple options here. Number one, I could just do nothing. Number two, in terms of the succession concern, and just see what happens. Number two, I could do a full-cost Assassinate Rival scheme, which takes me off scheme influence, which should not be overlooked, though my PI gain this campaign has not been amazing because of tribal loyalty limits, so, it's probably okay. So I could just do this, and this might be what I end up doing. Third option is I plan to do this after I get the Assassination Shady Connections tech to make it cheaper. This would save me 1.5 or so points of Tyranny and AE each, which is really, for AE purposes, about 3 months or so. So probably isn't worth it to wait on that if I plan to do it, but I should note that I could do it that way. The fourth option is I don't plan to assassinate, and I plan to get down to Espionage and then send him on the Espionage trip, if I'm allowed to do that. I'm still actually not sure if I'm allowed to do that, because he might count as an heir. It shows attempt espionage as an option, but it doesn't tell me if he's allowed to do it once I have the invention, if he's the heir or not, as I can technically do this with, or it shows the same information for anyone, even people who aren't heirs. So this is something about this interface I don't like. When there's multiple things that prevent an action, it only shows the top level thing. It doesn't tell you the other reasons it's not allowed. So I'm not going to know if I'm allowed to send him on espionage or not until I have the invention. Then I can see if this is still toggled off or not. So all things considered, I think it probably is worth it for me to attempt to assassinate him. But do I do this now, or do I wait, putting aside whether I get the tech or not? I think at the moment there's not much else going on, honestly. And the concern would be, so let's keep in mind, by the way, with succession support as a tribe, it's more meritocratic. It's based on the character's stats, and charisma, I think, is actually weighted more, which makes sense, and this is a more charismatic character. And then other modifiers, which this doesn't explain why that is, and I wish I knew why that was. This guy has a huge bonus for completely unclear reasons. But potentially if I smeared him, that would actually reduce... maybe we should start with that before I try to assassinate him. I could just smear him. I think I might actually give him... let me smear him down... let me smear him 3 times, and then see how it changes his succession, because if I can actually reduce succession support, if from modifiers includes popularity, I could potentially reduce the support quite a bit, and this would be much, much better than trying to lose out on PI and spend all this stuff. So let me just spend... It's actually even cheaper as well. Let me spend 6 tyranny, and I think this will also incidentally help my slave output and my AE change for what that's worth. This is worth doing just for testing purposes at the least. And I don't mind actually getting him lower popularity just to help out for a bunch of other reasons. So let me go ahead and do just that. Okay. Now one more would be inefficient. Let us proceed on speed 3. And see where things are after the tick in terms of his succession support. 229 still. Maybe get a few more months, see if it changes. Untiring Devotion. Wise Bartus Mantwiltitus has cultivated quite the reputation as a man of decency and honor. Such virtues give our citizens good reason to feel safe, secure, and stable. Splendid. I will take the extra stability. We're back into negative trend, of course, but it is what it is. Can't do much about that. That's pretty serious negative trend as well. We went from slight positive to quite a bit of negative, but it'll trend down into positive trend. So can't do too much. Just got to keep waiting. Look at this devilish AE number. Modifiers is reduced a little bit, but clearly the from modifiers is not from popularity because he lost all of his popularity basically. Okay, well, I don't think we're going to be able to get away with it that way, which is unfortunate. Loyal Veterans and Clan Chief. Could it be power base affecting it? I wish from modifiers it told me what it was being affected by. Can I pay off veterans? I guess not as a tribe. Doesn't seem to allow me to do that, which is unfortunate. I could plot to assassinate him. I could just get this going now. Is it worth doing? He'd be clan chief for a pretty short time, now that I think about it. Because by the time, unless I die in battle, Skrgurtus is younger and has better health and may die pretty... And then he would take over, but then he would also die pretty soon. So I don't think we can really actually know for sure who would come... I mean, we can know for sure currently who would come next would be him, but then he would also be super old. I think I'm just going to accept how things are right now. I spent the tyranny to see, and I'm glad that I checked that, because now I know for the future that succession modifiers for clan chiefs is not based on popularity. So good to test that, and lowering his popularity probably it will help if there is like future loyalty issues, and I don't mind the extra tyranny right now. I think it's a worthwhile moment to do a test like that. Alright, let's just proceed. I'm very curious to see how this Nuria-Britannia war goes. Granners raided in Trans-Rabonia. That's the one up here. Nope, not that one. Here we go. Oh, I definitely want this one. We're going to... Let's see. Let's replace the... I could do this. Let's just spend the money, I think. I think I'd rather spend money than manpower and PI. In a situation like this, we shall replace the stockpile. Very nice. Yeah, this was the place that I wanted to move the capital again. To Glitu? Is that what I said before? I think it was. Glitu is the best spot for all the other spots around it. Yeah, I think I moved it here because I didn't want to put it on a possible stone mine, but I think that's the least of my concerns right now, honestly. No one's going to trade with me anyways. Let's move it to Glitu. Oh wait, I need 50 for that, that's right. We'll let it continue along. We'll save up our resources. Actually, hold on. Let's check. Oh, that just went away. No, where is it? Wait. Is it out? Did it run out? Divine Sacrifice? It did. Okay, I'm glad I just checked. I think Divine Sacrifices just literally ended. Oh, that must have been what actually... That must have been... No. 65%. Wait. Is it active or not? It's not active. Okay. Yeah. 50 is the default cost. It has the glitch where within the same month it still shows the increased cost. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. I see. Yeah. I'm tired. My brain is not fully engaged here. It's because it's showing for the duration of Divine Sacrifices what the debuff is. That's right. So let's save up to 50 and get that going. I also would like to set up some holy sites at some point, but I think the race to set up wearer holy sites is probably going to be fine. There's no current wearer holy sites anywhere, so no need to worry. Manpower max of 8.4k. Okay. Matter of Scythia. No, I didn't want to do that on purpose before, so we're going to keep waiting. I'd really prefer Matter of Borcynthia, honestly. Okay. Hit it just in time. Right, speaking of the gods, who do I grab? I do have Vilkos now. I think this was one that I switched into before. Let's see here. Who do I want for my deity? Let me take a look at my demographics quick. So I do now have 30% slaves, but their happiness is only going to affect unrest. It's not going to affect their productivity. I have a tiny amount of nobles, freemen, and like 1 or 2 citizens, and then hundreds of tribesmen. I think, in all honesty, national tribesman happiness, the extra 2.50% happiness is worth it for the ratios that I have. But is there something else I could benefit from more? Do I have any food problems in my nation? I don't think I do. Not really. Nope. It's just places that have had... This is where the granary raid just happened. And I just got Rugia recently. Yeah, our population's so sparse, we do not have food problems normally. War exhaustion is not a concern right now. Do I have anything that gives me AE reduction? I think I would have noticed if I did before. Let's keep an eye out for any of these being from the Germans, because we do not want their gods. No AE things. Okay, let's see here. I think we go for National Tribesman Happiness, unless I plan for a war in the next 5 years. Genuinely, in the next 5 years, I might not have a large planned war. Let me take a look at my claims really quick. Oh, hold on. Can I do a... I think I can do a... Is it this year? No, it's in 5 years. Okay, that's fine. I might wait 5 years and then act on the claim there. Do I have claims right now? I have no claims right now. I can't actually attack anyone. I think the next obvious direction is to get the rest of Vistula and Venetia, probably starting with Vistula. So I think I might attack the Southern Alliance first, which I need to have a claim on them to get into that war somehow, so that is something to keep in mind. I think, for now, I'm going to go with Tribesman Happiness. It's more manpower, more tax, and more provincial loyalty across the board. Keeping in mind as well, I can upgrade slaves to tribesmen with migration micro. All right, let's go for Cyrna once again, as usual. Nothing too complex here. There's one pop type that this campaign's all about, and it's a pop type that starts with T and ends with Ribesman. You'll never guess which pop type it is. Let me know in the comments if you have a guess. I'll be impressed if anyone can get it right. Maybe I should start a mission just to get something going. If growth... Okay, it's not Pearl of Venetia, which is the one that I don't like. Growth of Venetia is the tribal version, I think. Strengthening local authority in Ravakia. Okay. Increase the food supply. If this requires me to build cities, I may have to back out. But if it's just setting up infrastructure and in ways that I would anyways, I might get some good stuff out of it. I could also get Matter of Scythia just to give me some claims so I can have them. Matter of Scythia, would this give me... This wouldn't give me a Nuria claim. It would give me a Borcynthia claim, and Borcynthia might soon own this stuff, or Getia's involved in this too, I forgot about that. I don't really want to expand into Scythia that badly, though. I mean, there is an argument for it. This land is probably more peopled than the north. In fact, I'm almost 100% sure. Maybe not, actually. What's going on up here? Yeah, all of this is pretty sparse across the board, honestly. I mean, obviously, once you get down to, what in the world? The Crimea, that's what it's called, the Crimean Peninsula. There's a bit more people down here, obviously. Yeah, quite a few. Let's give this a try. We're in a time of peace right now, so let's be peaceful. Growth of Venetia. Venetia is a region under our control with unrealized potential. We should send our administrators and procurators to this governorship to strengthen our hold over the area and grow the local economy. This mission will deal with developing the region of Venetia. This will include strengthen local authority in Ravakia and increase the food supply. Now, if this requires me to build cities, I'm out. But if we're allowed to farm tribally with the 0 cities in sight, I'm walking through my realm with like a measuring tape. If you build a building that's over 1 story tall, you're getting it's getting demolished. All right, growth of Venetia. Here we go. All right, let's see what we have here. City, okay, immediate problem. This is technically not required, so perhaps we can avoid this becoming an issue. Spork settlement requires a city, okay. So we can get something from this. So we won't be able to finish the mission, but we'll be able to get something from it. So we have to dodge this one. Spork settlement requires city. Fruits of Rabonia just requires farms. Okay, I would build farms there anyways, and then we'll get a bonus there. This requires a city, and this gives us a bonus for, is this the whole country? Wow, that's actually, well, Freeman Happiness, that's possibly good. This requires city, so we can do 2 missions in this, 2 objectives in this mission. Wow, okay. Well, I mean, I guess it gives us something to do, and it is still building buildings, which I don't have a ton of money to do, but this gives us at least something to do in our free time. So we'll do this, then we'll abort. That's fine. Okay, well, how much? Where was it? Rabonia? It was Rabonia, yeah. Well, let's see. I do have some good income right now. Yeah. I do. I could also potentially do this again. I really shouldn't. I don't think this is worth doing for the stab loss. Alright, let's see here. So we can get a farm here, and then 2 farms here. Or 1 farm there, 1 farm there, I should say. And we can also fortify Oresia. And once this is 50, we can also move the capital. Okay, let's proceed. All right. We also want to get Divine Sacrifices going. Once we get Divine Sacrifices going again, we're going to be able to at least get our stability back up, trending back up. That'll be nice. Let's go to speed 4 for now. Yeah, not too much to do this episode. I know this is going to be another kind of laid-back episode, but we're cooling down from the Winter War. I guess I should say heating up from the Winter War. It was pretty cold, but it's confusing. Ooh, okay. Peace up here. Kairovia took everything. Interesting. These guys are allied with Salia. This is Salia's getting a little, oh no, never mind, they're Volgaic. Unless they integrate the Androphagians. Yeah, we got Salia. This is kind of a power couple up here. These northern forest peoples are a little unnerving. The Treasury of Saula. This is my southern governor. It seems Saula Zhao Tautatai has gotten her hands on a lot of wealth, and she has started investing a great deal of silver into building a reputation for herself lately. Though it is unclear exactly where she found these riches, her efforts are surprisingly effective. With her increased popularity, Saula has started vying for a more powerful position in Sporia, shamelessly comparing herself to our tribal chief, Skrgotis. Alright. So, I could lose popularity, she loses some loyalty. Her loyalty is pretty good, so that would be fine. I could gain tyranny, but for only 25 gold, that's not worth 3 tyranny. If this was like 100 gold, I'd probably do it. Or, I can imprison her which I don't want to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and say she will quiet down in time. That's fine. All right. Incidentally, okay. No, it's not worth it. We're going to have a couple... It depends on who the successor chief is after they die. Hopefully someone younger, so we have some more time with them. But playing as a migratory tribe, we're just going to have crazy succession kind of no matter what we do. Unless we abandon our migratory tribal ways. And it is at least conceivable that we could transition this campaign into something more settled. It just would be a pretty difficult change because the playstyle of this campaign pretty much relies on being a negative 100 centralization migratory tribe to be possible on very hard difficulty. So while it would be satisfying to no longer be a migratory tribe and have a more stable succession, like becoming a kingdom or something, we'd have to really figure out how to make that happen without cities. That could be a fun late game challenge. Oh my gosh, Nuria won the war against Percenthia. It needs to be said here. What in the world? What? Scythia. Oh no, okay, Scythia is now in Borcenthia, which I'm not pleased to see. Not pleased at all. Alright, newfound tribesmen. After certain disagreements internally in Burgundia, a group of tribesmen have left Ascalcus and are looking for a new home in Nahar Valorum. Though they are somewhat different to our own people, they would surely integrate into our society quickly enough. On the other hand, accepting these exiles from Burgundia could put us at odds with their old home. The tensions are running high between the two groups. We should consider if it's worth it. What do you think? I'm not going to allow a tribesman in? Come on in. Even the Germans can join our migratory tribe. We'll let them in. All right. If Burgundia wants to fight me over that, they are welcome to. I'm happy to go to war with them on their terms. They can declare the war, and I'll just be the defender. I'm defending myself by conquering them. It's fine by me. All right. Unfriendly neighbors. Oh, this is what I thought would happen. After we accepted their tribesmen into Nahar Valorum, it seems Burgundia have declared us an enemy of their nation. As we worried about, they did not care much for us agreeing to take some of their tribesmen. We should make sure to look out for potential hostilities from our neighbors now that our relationship is soured to this point. Otherwise, we might find ourselves at the wrong end of a pike. Well, first of all, I'm fine with this. They would only bring in Helsia, incidentally, which I would like to get this from Naharvalia. Interesting. But I can deal with that later. So I'd like to get this territory, but also I don't think the Burgundia AI will be stupid enough to declare war on me. They would get absolutely obliterated. It's not even close. It needs to be said. So they may puff out their chest a little bit, but they're not gonna dare cross over that river. I guess not even cross the river, but they're not even gonna dare do anything about this. They are at my mercy. At least once I have a claim on them, they'll be at my mercy. All right, spread of ideas. Ooh, trade connections with Syracuse. Spread new ideas to our people. Okay, I'll take it. Nice, getting getting a research progression basically all from the spread of ideas. That's all we can really have here. Yeah, I think this campaign's probably going to stay in this weird format for the entirety, I think. I think this is just such an interesting way to play the game. It's not something I'm really comfortable with for a full campaign, but it's kind of fun to push my own comfort zone with a campaign like this. I think it's hopefully something all of you are enjoying as well. A lot of people are liking this campaign. I'm currently maintaining a pretty healthy kind of like 200, 300 viewership per episode on average, which I'm sure is going to drop off around episode 10 or so, but so far so good. I'm happy when one of my campaigns can maintain at least over 100 consistent viewers post episode 10 or so, especially these hour-long episodes. The first episode has a couple thousand views, which is great to see. I recently actually was looking at my older videos, and I was flabbergasted by the, I think it's over 20,000 views on the Rome campaign, episode 1, which is crazy. But, yeah, it's really crazy to think about that that era of my channel and the heights of some of these videos. I make such a niche kind of content that I just forget sometimes that I'm making something that hundreds of people spend their time watching, you know? I just think that I'm kind of recording this footage just for my own, you know, amusement, but it is, in fact, content that a lot of people really enjoy, and it's something I'm always sort of caught off guard by. You know, I missed a month of that, which is a bummer, but I remember now, so let's go ahead and do it now. I also could have done it on January 1st, which would have been nice, but it's fine. Okay, now we're back into positive trend, and we're above 21 stability now, which is great, so we'll just keep that going. Okay. So Getius, Nuria, or Ozia could attack me at will. Actually, not Ozia, because they have a truce with me still. No, they don't have a truce with me. No, they do have a truce with me. But Nuria or Getia, and I don't think Nuria is going to do anything, but they might. They certainly may want to retake Verdant. We'll see. What? Score? Score for Sporia? They should call me Scoria now. Look at this. What? Why? Why do I even have 4 score? And 7 years ago. Total scoring pop happen is 0. I don't need... Okay. I'm not sure how that's happening, but okay, I'll take it. You can call this the Sporia campaign now, because we've got score. Score as Sporia. Disagreement on the highest level. Jaugurtus Gen Mantitus, a man of sound reputation. This is my chief of one of the clans. And Minoris... Oh! Please kill this man in combat, please. I beg of you. Okay, wait, is this a... No, this isn't a duel. This is just a fight. Why can't you resolve your disagreement without words? You use sharp objects specifically towards Minoris and his vital organs. I've started to spar furiously whilst attending the clan council. Such behavior is unbecoming of these people of stature. However, we have been called upon to take a side. Now, who should I technically side with? It's probably technically better to side with Minoris. But I think I'm just going to gain popularity as I can survive this loss for both of them. They're clan chiefs, so their loyalty just needs to be above the minimum for troop leadership purposes. We'll get some popularity from this. Stop bickering and start fighting with weapons. Yeah, that's always great. All right. These guys finished their war. Okay. Continue along. Squidiskia has mercs up here. Interesting. Oh, Rome Etruria War. Alright. Barbarians? I think we haven't had too many barbarians in this campaign so far. You are Langobardian. Wait, no, you're not. You're from Langobardia. Horde of Langobardia. Really? Isn't Langobardia up here? Okay, I'm not entirely sure, but either way, you guys are German, and you're Tuistic, so I do not really want you coming to my lands. How much will you take to leave? That's too much. Alright. Alright, boys. Up you go. We'll, why is it red? Does it look red to you? Okay, that's weird. I guess it worked. Is that all of you? Okay. Alright. That's good. This is more than I need, but you know, yeah, it is more than I need. Let's just go kill them. You just come here. I know they're gonna add population, but they might go take Solitarium, which I don't really want. Minoris is nearly disloyal. Okay. Stack wipe. Alright, we profited greatly. Yes, indeed. Alright, 17 of 20? Holy moly. Sheesh. Alright. I'll take it. No, I know, not too much going on, but we just gotta keep recovering here. Oop, I'll take prosperity. Under the guidance of wise Butus Minbutitis, Sporia has gone from strength to strength. Some of our advisors are recommending the institution of a new tax in order that the national treasury might share in the prosperous era. Ooh. I think I am going to get the stability, honestly. This tax is nice, but most of my economy is currently commerce. And the tax would be worth, let's see here, maybe 0.50 gold or something kind of like that, but I think I'd need the stability more right now. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, stability is also going to help my tax economy a little bit as well. Alright, any current fires anywhere? No, how about down here? Yes, actually. Let's see. Oh, governor corruption. Oh my god, yeah. Ooh, she's extorting territory. I wish she'd notified me when she started doing that. I definitely can't let her do that. Yeah, it's a crippling plus 0.50 corruption per month. That is not great. She's been doing it for a while as well. Alright. I'm going to force her to stop. Yeah, cut that out. And then I think this would bring her into disloyalty. So first let me do sanctions. I may just have to do sanctions, and I can't do much more right now. I could replace her? Do I have someone with good statesmanship who'd be a good replacement? Not really. Actually, I might in my government. You could bring this guy in. Oh my god, maybe not. Yikes. I think I have a bit of a corruption problem right now. on closer inspection. Alright. Sanctions for you. Let's at least clear the corruption out. Yeah, I can't revoke free hands right now. She's also pregnant again. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to just wait that out. And then, let's see. Yeah, wages is crazy right now. I have quite a bit of money banked up now. What do we have here? Most of these people are in their 40s or late 30s. I don't think I need to replace anyone right now. But I do think... Alright. Let's start fighting corruption, I think. Well, what I could do, I can sanction. Yeah. This will give me tyranny, but this is this is an effective amount. Or it's a cost-effective amount, I should say. So it's just literally from free hands. Alright. And then, I think I'll sanction but leave them on free hands. Yeah. I'll be getting quite a bit of tyranny. But I will get the benefits of high tyranny, which at the moment I think are worthwhile. I can manage the loyalty issues in just a moment here. You're deceitful. Yeah. Let's just sanction everybody. You are just stuck at 10, so I'm just going to leave you alone. Let's see here. Sanction. Okay. You're stuck at 10. I'll cut down a little bit. It's the chiefs that are drawing a huge wage. Yeah. Are chiefs corrupt? Oh my god, yeah, this guy really... Whew. Oh yeah, I put him on free hands a long time ago. I completely forgot about it. Yeah, this is a bit dire. Okay. He's a pillager as well. Can't revoke freely. The rest is fine. Can I... Hold on. Anyways, he counts as the primary heir. I think I can't send him on espionage because of this as well. I think this is confirming it for me. Just has that for some reason. Leave it at that. Okay, that cut things down a little bit. Not much. I'm just gonna do it. Increased wages. I just, I think it's for the best to keep everyone at minimal corruption gain. This will help with the A loss. Okay. Martial perk available. All right, let's grab, I guess, naval construction. Very handy for this campaign. Up to 6 score. Interesting. I think once we get to around our manpower cap, I should go to war with someone, but I don't really know who to attack. I don't have any targets at the moment. I could fabricate once I hit 20. I should also start doing some building. Let me get this mission. I want to clear this mission out at the very least. Honestly, is it even worth it to do these objectives? Honestly, not really. I think now that I know to really progress in this mission, I have to actually build cities. Let me just abort it now, honestly. Okay, growth of Vestulia is going to be pretty much the same. Do I just get Matter of Scythia? This would give me claims. I could attack some of these northern Scythia region people, Danse and Lecta. This would bring in Hakar, and also Danse would be the trio. I don't really want to enter a new region right now. I really want to attack the Germans. I just need to claim on them. I think I need to fabricate, unfortunately. Or I wait another few years, but I don't really want to... I'll be on my manpower cap for too long to be efficient if I wait a few more years. Let me get to 20 PI, and then get a claim fabrication going. But on who? Probably on Helzia, who I can get the target of very easily, or the war target of very easily. I'd like to get Vestulia fully acquired first, and then I can see what else I can get from there. Kind of control the scale of the peace deal. Yeah. Sorry for the low energy episode today. I went on a really long walk earlier today, so I'm kind of physically tired. I'm not necessarily super mentally tired, but being so tired physically has made me mentally tired as well. I'm trying to drink enough caffeine to wake back up, but it only does so much. This place here, yeah, the tyranny is not helping. We basically spent so much tyranny that it offset the reduction of her corruption, but I think as well... I think I'm just going to run increased wages, honestly. It does hurt my economy. So here's my thinking. As long as I occasionally cleanse everyone's corruption with sanctions, I can just I can maintain them at fairly high loyalty in the offices, and as long as my governors are also not running up tons of corruption, I can keep. Because the concern with the super high corruption is that they could. Because it doesn't affect. It doesn't directly affect loyalty, does it? It just affects wages. So it was cheaper to have them be corrupt, but my wages were normal. At the moment, they're still gaining it very gradually. All of them are, very gradually. Let me run it like this so we have a slower period of corruption gain. There's really just no good way of handling it without abandoning tribesman output, which I just don't think is worth ever abandoning. Until I get a tech that gives me passive corruption loss, I kind of just have to eat the cost, unfortunately. I guess, is it worth it to not have the claims from that? I think it probably is, to keep Gedia off my back. Well, I think I could beat Gedia. I don't really want to fight Gedia right now. I don't feel like I have the AE room to do anything that valuable over here. So let me just keep waiting. Here comes our claim. Okay, who should the target be, I guess? I think it should probably be Vartia, although if I target Burgundia, I could assault this right away and then get the other one really quick. Burgundia brings in Helsia. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's right. Burgundia is one of the links between the two alliances. I think Helsia is a better target. So they, again, bring in Burgundia, and then they also bring in... Oh, I didn't even notice this. So they bring in Helveconia and Naharvalia. It depends on what the scale of this peace deal would actually look like. So here's the question. Do I purposely set up this war to actually involve both alliances together, or just one of them at a time and do two wars? I think I should really just do both together and then create the new boundary with Semnonia. Although I'd actually leave Naharvalia mostly alive. I would just take one part, so they'd also be bordering me, but that's fine. I can come back for them later. I don't want to enter Boioheimum for quite a while. And then this river is obviously like the border that I'll be holding at for a little while. Not entering Germania Magna for a while. I think I probably just want to do a big war against everyone. It's going to be expensive on AE, but I know now that I can write it out. And with my high tyranny that I just gave myself from doing sanctions on everyone, you know, I probably have the AE loss in hand to make this work. And this would be, in fairness, quite a bit of extra population for migration micro. So I can definitely keep the momentum going on my internal demographics. So who's the best target then, who I can actually reach for a claim? It has to be someone I border. So the only person I can't do it on is actually Helveconia. They'd bring in Rugia, and they'd call in the Southern Alliance. Okay. So if I attack Rugia, they bring in the Northern League, and they call in Helveconia. The issue is I don't think there's one target that brings in both leagues at the same time. So there's a few targets that bring in... So all of the targets bring in one of the two leagues. And some of the targets also bring in a member of the other league through an alliance call, but not through like a league call. So I don't think I can reliably get everyone in at the same time. It might be possible. Hold on. So the Northern League, the members are Rugia, Guthonia, and Burgundia. So it's these three here. And then the Southern League is Helveconia. No, hold on. Wait, how many leagues are there? Hold on. So Rugia, Guthonia, Burgundia, that's the Northern League. Then Helveconia is with Helizia and Naharvalia. Yeah, that's right. I was right about that. Okay. So yeah, there are two leagues. I think I may have to do 2 wars just out of necessity, so the target should probably be Helizia, because they bring in Burgundia too, which I guess I could get a little bit more. These guys could also bring in Guthonia, but do I want to bring in Guthonia? What if I can't also bring in Rugia? I could do it like this and get a northern fight, but bringing in Helizia as well. I want Naharvalia to be in this war as well. I could actually... No, that wouldn't work. I can't declare 2 wars without 2 claims. I think I get a claim on Helizia. They bring in Burgundia, who I can take on as well. I don't think Burgundia can bring in their defensive league. I never remember in Imperator Rome how that works. But if they do, then that's good. But I at least bring in the Southern League, which gets me quite a bit more of Venetia if I want. I could also do a smaller peace deal with just the Vestulia stuff. Leave it at that. I think it gives me options. Okay, let's claim on Helizia. Yeah. Oh yeah, they have 2. Let me put the war target as Varchia, because I can very easily control that. Although it's not fortified, which is awkward. I'd prefer a fortified war target. I could target Elysia. Just have to get there first. It's a little awkward. It's right in the middle of everything. That being said, these guys are not going to have the numbers to really do anything to me, so I don't need to worry about that. Let me put the target on Elysia, after all. Okay, it's going to be about almost 2 years. Okay, let's get that going. And then maybe in the war council, which would happen possibly right after or during the war, I could get the claim on the other... I can get a claim that gets me into war with the other Northern League. All right, I think I'm content with that plan. This does also give us a few more years of recovery. We'll go to war around the time of hitting our manpower max if it adjusts again. It currently is not as high as it was before, but that's okay. That's all right. All right. Continue recovering our stability. Spread of ideas from Lycia. Nice. Oh, someone will trade with me. That's the first time in a while. We're nearing 50 AE, so once we go below that, our reputation will recover very slightly. All right, so we can get our first military tradition, and there's a huge list here, but we only have 2 available: Germanic and Baltic. Okay, what do we have here? Archer's Offense. Let me remind myself of my levy strength. We have a portion that's made of archers, but mostly it is light infantry, some spearmen, some light cav, and some archers. Okay. Hit and run tactic. Okay. This is okay, but not amazing. Fort defense, national fort infrastructure. This actually probably would be good, especially for reducing our costs. All right, what do we have over here? Tribesman output plus 5%, already looking like the one we go for here. Axeman offensive, light infantry offense, that's pretty good. Spearman discipline, spearman bonuses, more spearman stuff. Ooh, some good stuff down there. Light cav, ship stuff, okay. We could do slave raiding with this, interesting. Certainly could do something with that. Levy size multiplier, that's what we like to see. I think we probably grab this for the tribesman output, to be honest. That's worth almost half the value of my national ideas bonus. Trade personnel and a boat, give me more ships. Okay. Tribesman output plus 5%, Axeman offense plus 10%, and light infantry offense plus 10%. That's pretty good. Works for me. Alright. Whew. Okay. Scythia? Oh no. Oh no, okay. Alright. I've been a little tired this entire episode, but folks, I am waking from my slumber. Scythia might border us soon, because Nuria is absolutely not going to win this war against Scythia. Yikes. Okay, and Daunt's, oh no. Oh, folks, we may have a problem here. I think we're about to border Scythia. I may not go to war with the Germans after all. We may have a problem in the other direction. If Scythia borders us, we're in huge trouble. Do they have a claim on me yet? I'm sure they will soon. You know what? I think it's time to do Matter of Scythia, actually. I need to have options to go east. If Scythia is going to border me and they're going to fight me. If they're going to border me, I have to kind of be ready to fight. Like, I need the flexibility to declare on them before they declare on me. If they're going to be declaring on me, which they will get a claim on me if they border me. It's almost a sure thing. All right, Matter of Scythia, the region, but, you know, same idea. Our fortunes await in foreign lands. The Scythia region has been considered part of our borders, and much of it remains beyond our control. Make sure that it is brought under our influence one way or another. All right, Clan Council, you know what to do. This whole episode, I've been kind of, you know, kind of low energy, just kind of coasting along, and then Scythia. Nothing, it's like caffeine, Scythia bordering me in terms of alertness granting. You've never seen someone more alerted than me right now. All right, if I had an alarm for danger I am in from being attacked by Scythia, it would be going off right now. That is a sure thing. Good thing we're recovering our manpower and we're building up a treasury. Okay, well, I think this episode I've made some strategic choices that have not been thought through too carefully, like the sanctioning to get so much, or not to get tyranny, but it resulted in so much tyranny. But I think resetting all of our corruption was overall a good call. Oh, new challenger. Let me return to my my sort of analysis of my episode in just a moment here. New challenger approaching. Gewantautus has become one of the more popular chiefs of the Sporia, and some would argue he's even a better ruler than Skurgurtus. This blatant disregard for central authority needs to be put to an end and cut down if necessary. I mean, he's not the worst possible successor. So I could lose loyalty and stability, no. I could lose tons of PI, gain loyalty on everyone except for him, which would actually be good for all of them. And I'd gain prominence, and he loses prominence. Or I could gain tyranny, and I could just kill him. But I also gain corruption on Skurgurtus, though I do have the anti-corruption funding thing going. I'm going to go for a dent in popularity. I was hoping to build up PI, but I don't know why I had such hopes in my heart. It's not going to happen. All right, let's put a dent in that popularity. I can't gain that too. Well, I mean, the issue is I just don't really have any way to lose tyranny fast. I'm kind of stuck with this high tyranny for a while. So, you know, what's 5 more, you know? The issue is I don't really want to kill him. He's the next, why couldn't it have been this guy? He's the next successor. Why does it have to be you? All right. Dent in popularity, it's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, I think in this episode, I've been a little indecisive on what to do because I just have so much AE, but it has decreased quite a bit. And I think at the moment, we're now back to a point where people may start trading with me again. I think that having Scythia border me gives me a new main thing to focus on in terms of structuring my grand strategy, because I'm not just kind of deciding what to do, I'm deciding how to handle an active crisis, basically. So, yeah, I think if Scythia takes all of this, that'd be crazy as well. They could just tag delete Nuria right now. Alright, well, we just gotta proceed. Let's get our matter of Scythia. This will be 5th of October, that's right. This was 1st of March, okay. See what Scythia does. Got the Oblivion music in the background, very nice. Minor addendum. Again, Wildus, again, Mantitus has suggested a small addendum to an often referenced law pertaining to the rights of the common folk. It should only be a small effort to push this through the clan council. Yep. Absolutely. 35 stability, that's good. How am I looking on... not you. Not looking great. Hold on. This place here, why is it so low? I guess I moved it, but shouldn't have been that much. It's mostly from tyranny. I don't even have the, I can't even change it. I don't even have the PI. I don't know why I'm looking at that. How much is it lowering? It's 0.04. That's really not that bad. Yeah, this is fine. It's really low, but it's lowering so slowly. I think I'll be okay. Tribal champion. Genwaldus Mantwiltitus is an impressive clan chief known for his battle prowess and strength. After an extraordinary feat of defending his clan from a pack of wolves, the people around Genwaldus had demanded to give him the honor of champion of Sporia. Surely the clan chief deserves the honor, but he is already a well-known figure and would give him more leverage politically. I mean, if this gets this guy more succession support, absolutely, I'll do it. Even more PI loss, but loyalty on him. Does he have free hands right now? I think he does even. Wow, he's righteous as well. Can I play as this guy? How can we refuse? Yes. You know what? I could exalt him. I don't think this would really be that helpful though. He has the least support right now. Interesting. We'll see if that changes. Oh, I just saw it. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay. Sound the alarm. All right, 200 Scythians are now bordering me. I have 140 Sporix. All right. It's time for Operation Migrate to the max. We need to... Okay. We've got 35 stability right now. It's basically the end of February. Now, Scythia doesn't have a claim on me at the moment, and I currently don't have a claim on them, though... Does Nuria survive? Oh, actually, they do. Oh, that's sad. I will get a claim on them. They're not going to like me no matter what I do. They're different religion, different culture group. I'm going to have a claim on them, so we're never going to be friends with Scythia. So, we have ourselves a new problem now. I think what I need to do, I need to plan the absolute most efficient set of migrations I possibly can right now. I may need to do a few migrations basically at the same time, which I think I'm allowed to do, and get my numbers up real quick, because sure, Scythia's total population is quite diverse, as is mine, but the real danger is those Heptotic Scythians. That is a huge tribal levy, and you just saw how absolutely... they just destroyed Nuria, and, well, I guess Nuria destroyed Percenthia first, but they just obliterated Nuria. And now, in fairness, I earlier obliterated Nuria as well, but Scythia is not to be messed with. I told you before, Scythia is the main kind of scary antagonist of the early phase of this campaign, and now they border me and will probably have a claim on me soon. So I need to be ready for Scythia, and I think this is mostly going to be a matter of migrations. Now I think I'm changing the way I'm thinking about the possible wars to the west now to be about getting more population, to get more migrations, to then get more levy strength. So I think for now, at the very least, I need to plan a few migrations to quickly try and get my numbers up on Weyrasporix. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time here, so we need to get these numbers up the cheesy way with migrations. But I think I'm going to plan all of that and get those plans in motion for the next episode. Sorry to leave you on this cliffhanger here, but this may be a decisive moment of the Sporia campaign. Now, they don't have a claim on me. They're not at war with me yet, but I don't think we have too long to wait before these things come to pass. And our showdown with Scythia is sooner upon us than I would have hoped, but it is very hard difficulty. Scythia as a country has a very, very strong start, so I'm not too surprised to see this develop this way. The battle for the steppes may be imminent, and we shall see who prevails in the War of the Migrators. So that's going to be it for this episode of the Sporia campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.